What is good with y'all, man? So today we're gonna be talking about the stadiums for Madden 22, right? A lot of people, um, I don't think they understand it completely, right? Because I know some of my other videos I said I wasn't a big fan of it. I'm only not a big fan of one thing with it, right? I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff with the stadiums. It doesn't really bother me. The only thing that bothers me with the stadiums is the Denver stadium, where you will get into where you will basically not have any stamina, right? We'll get into that. We're gonna cover all the stadiums. I'm gonna cover that one last, right? So basically most of the stadiums, right, they're gonna have this thing where the crowd gets loud, they get into it, and basically on offense, if you're the away team, your routes when you try to look at your play art, you hold R2, RT, whatever it is, whatever console you're on, and it shows like your routes and stuff. So basically when you look at it, if you're down like, I don't know, 16, 14, something, I don't think it's 14, but I don't know, down a certain amount of points, if the crowd's really getting loud, all your routes will look like squiggly. For me personally, I don't think that's a big deal, because I mean, if you know what route you're putting on the field, right? If you know you put a slant on the field, then you know what I mean, you're fine. Like me personally, I don't even really have to look at like my route combos. I just kind of put them out there and I know what everyone's doing. But I mean, maybe if you're someone that doesn't really know what routes you're putting on the field, I don't know, maybe that could mess you up. I don't think that one's really a big deal. uh it's whatever, you know what I mean. It is what it is, right? The other stadium effect is, I think this one's only on Chicago Soldier Field. I think it's only on this field. Basically, it's going to be really windy, and field goals are supposed to be hard to kick. um you know, I don't really have a huge problem with that one either. You know, that one's also just kind of, it is what it is. I mean, I guess field goals shouldn't be completely easy to kick. But I feel like later in the year, once people get like focused kicker and, you know what I mean, all those other abilities for the kickers, I feel like it's not really going to be as good, because those abilities are most likely going to be in the game. I mean, I don't see why they would take it out, right? um Personally, I don't think it should be in the game, but I feel like it also needs to be in the game, like focused kicker, because like the kicking meter is just really like, you know, sometimes it's delayed, sometimes it's good. So I feel like they kind of have to have focused kicker, because EA can't even get a fucking kick meter right. So yeah, but so I mean, I don't hate the Soldier Field thing either, right? It is what it is there, you know what I mean? Maybe you could get a bailout win because your opponent misses the game-winning field goal, because you know the shit's blowing like a fan, you know what I mean? So I mean, there's that. Like I said, I'm not really too mad about those. The one that has me like, I don't like it, is the Denver Stadium, where you will get less stamina, right? And Madden already, right, your player stamina is already pretty bad, right? And in football, players do come out every other play. That's, you know, that's how it is Madden 21, right? You know, if I run the ball with my running back twice, I'm probably going to sub him out that third play, right? That's just kind of how it is, right? Because he's probably, you know, a little winded. You know, he's probably taking some hits, especially if he takes a hit stick, right? But in Denver, right, if you just run a play, period, right, people are going to lose stamina dramatically, because the opposing team in the Denver stadium, the away team in that stadium, will get automatically just depleted stamina. So everyone's going to be running Denver stadium. Me too. Yep, I'm going to run it too, because it's right. You're stupid, right? And I think, and you know, we're not really gonna get a feel for it until like we get to play the game and really get to like see like how bad it is, you know what I mean? So, you know, if it's bad, you know, off the rip, the question is, what are they gonna do about it? Are they just gonna kind of double back and just, you know what I mean, so, you know what, we'll say you lose stamina but you really don't? Is that how they're gonna, because I'm telling you right now, what's gonna happen with that Denver stadium is, it's gonna end up being a problem. People are going to complain about it, right? And you know, they're gonna sit there and panic. What do we do? What do we do? And they're gonna either fuck it up even more, or they're gonna just, you know what I mean, be like, okay, you lose stamina here, but in reality, they're, you know, tell the casuals, yeah, you guys still lose stamina, don't worry. But in reality, you don't really lose shit. Because I mean, I just feel like that's the stupidest shit ever, right? When we're talking about like competitive Madden, playing online, right? You know, franchise and all that stuff, that's great, right? We're not talking about fucking franchise. We're not worried about franchise. We're talking about MUT, regs. We're talking about playing online. you know, weekend league stuff like this, right? That should not be in the game because it's fucking stupid, right? Because in the beginning of the year, that's really when that's going to be an issue because, you know, it's hard to have a lot of depth of players in the beginning of the year, right? The end of the year, it's like whatever, right? My third stringers could easily be starters, right? But also no one's playing a game at the end of the year, just, you know what I mean? But in the beginning of the year, you know, some people, a lot of times backups are core gold sometimes for people, you know what I mean? So having the sub in your backups is like shit, fuck, you know what I mean? So I feel like they gotta you know, hopefully the Denver Stadium isn't like OD with the stamina, you know. Maybe they should just keep, I think it should just be a franchise thing. Don't bring this shit in the on. There's no I don't think it should be in an online play, bro. Just should not be in mud. Not being regs. But everything else of the stadiums, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with the noise. I don't have a problem with the kicking thing. It's just the stamina thing's an issue for me, and I don't know about that one. Because I know some of you guys were saying, oh, the stadiums isn't a big issue. Don't worry. Like I said, I don't have a problem. It's just the Denver Stadium is the only one, and it's the only stadium that has that the thing because I guess mild high you get less oxygen. I don't understand it. I'll be honest, I don't really get it. All right, I'm not from fucking Denver, so I don't really understand that shit, right? And I think Soldier Field is the only one Chicago that gets the kicking shit where it's gonna be harder to kick, and every other stadium gets the shit with the noise. Yeah, and like I said, I don't even think the noise shit's gonna be that big of a problem for me personally because one, I play the game with the sound off, right? No game sound is coming from Madden. I'm just listening to straight music, talking in the chat, right? And fucking the squiggly routes and shit, I don't think it's a big deal either because I know what route combos I'm putting on the field. So yeah, but I just kind of want to talk to you about the stadiums, right? Tomorrow they are going to be revealing gameplay. They showed a little bit of a preview of it. It's not really much. It's just tomorrow they're going to be revealing actual gameplay of the game, so they're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be going over it, so be ready for that tomorrow. But yeah, I just want to talk about the stadiums, break it down, right? Most of them are not bad. It's just the Denver Stadium I have a problem with. You guys let me know your thoughts. Am I overreacting a little bit with the Denver Stadium? Because I feel like with Madden, you got to think for the worst because, you know, it's EA. You got to think for the worst. You never want to just overthink it. Always overthink it with EA. Just always trust me. You know what I mean? But that's basically the deal with those boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Fuck with your boy, man. And I'm out.